Hi, hello, welcome to or back to my channel. So today we are going to be doing my first book haul of 2024. Even though I am supposed to be on a book buying ban, it's not going too well. Some of these books technically are going against my ban because I'm allowed to buy new releases, books from authors I love, and then also next in a series. But a lot of these do go against my ban, but it is what it is. I am going to try and stop. I know I'm off to the works with my friend for a little bookish day, but after that I need to stop and only stick to the books that I can buy, not just randomly buying books. But yeah, I hope you all enjoy this video. Give it a big thumbs up, subscribe, and let's get into it. Do you know what? I'm going to do the ones that don't go against my ban first. Here they are. Let's go through them. First we have If Only I Had Told Her by Laura Nolan. I am so excited to read this. Like, I know it's going to absolutely break my heart. I'm going to be in tears, but I cannot wait. I am just so excited. I'm going to probably read this in March just because I haven't had time in February, and I'm currently reading fantasy books for a video, but after that I think this will be the first book I read once I've finished that reading vlog, because I cannot hold off. I need to know this story from Finn's POV. Obviously this doesn't break the ban because it's the next in a series. I got the sprayed edges version and it's just so pretty. Like, I love it. Never Lie by Frida McFadden. This is another one of her books that I have heard so many good things about. It's one of the few that people rave about and say that it's like a 5-star thriller, so I'm intrigued. And also I know that it's about like a psychologist, something like that. I don't fully know, I just know that it's about a psychologist. I like to go into Frida's books very blind. Like, I read The Housemaid, I only know like the baseline of it, but it was very little that I knew, and I'm so glad I went in not knowing much, and I want the same with this one. I just know I'm probably going to read this in like a day or two. Hopefully. I didn't actually read The Housemaid as quick as I would have wanted to, so hopefully with this one I can. I wanted to get it because it was in the free for £6 at work, and I couldn't miss out. Next we have Reckless by Elsie Silver. I didn't need to buy this one. I've only read the first one in the series, but again it was in the free for £6 deal, and I was like, I might as well get it now while I can get it in a deal, you know, so I did. I've nearly completed the whole series, but I've only read the first one, so at least now I own them all. I think I only have one that I haven't bought, and if I see that in the works I'll probably pick it up. This has just added a book to my TBR that didn't need to be added, but I'm not mad about it. At least it's there, it's cute, and I'm excited to get to it when I do eventually get to it. I'm just making it impossible for myself by doing this, by buying books in a series where I'm not even close to the 4th one, because I could have waited and bought this when I was on the 3rd book, but I just can't, because I know I'm going to love the series. I've rated the first one 5 stars, so why not buy the whole series, you know? But yeah, it just makes it harder for me to get my TBR down. The next in a series, actually the next, not like I did with Reckless, it is Saving Six by Chloe Walsh. Oh my god, I cannot wait for Joey's story, just because he, in the first 2 books, was very prevalent and he had a big presence in those books, and I just want to know everything from his POV. I want to know like what's going on in his head, because you can tell from reading those 2 books that he is going through a lot, and I just want to know his love story and his trauma, because he has a lot of trauma. And again, I just know this book is going to break my heart. I love the first 2 books in this series and I cannot wait to continue it. But I am very scared to read this one, just because Keeping 13 took me 2 weeks to read. Not because I didn't enjoy it, I literally rated it. Still conflicted on my rating, but I rated it very highly. I just don't want that again. I'm just hoping I don't take that long to read it, but it's very thick. That's the only thing that makes me avoid those books, but I do really love them and I know that it's worth it. Next we have another one that's not breaking the ban, Bride by Ali Hazelwood. I mean, again, technically I didn't need to buy this because I have loads of her books that I haven't read, but I couldn't miss out because it were at the works, it were really cheap, and I think I'm going to read this one before some of her others because it really excites me. It's something very different from her. This is more of a paranormal romance, which is intriguing. It's about like a werewolf and a vampire. Very different from Ali Hazelwood. If you know Ali Hazelwood, she usually just does like the STEM romance, so it's going to be exciting to see her branch out a little bit. But I've only read one of her books, which was The Love Hypothesis, and I rated it 5 stars, so now whenever she brings out a new book I buy it. Can you blame me? Because I just love that book so much, and I can't wait to read more of her stories because I just loved The Love Hypothesis and everything about it, so I just feel like I'm going to love all of her books. King of Wrath by Anna Huang. This, I've completely finished the Twisted series now, Woo, finally, so I can start the, is it the Kings of Sins series, and I can't wait for this one. The characters in this were actually in the last book of Twisted, and they're in the same world, which is very exciting. Yeah, I love Anna Huang, I love her writing, I love the way she tells stories and romance. They're just so smutty and perfect, like chef's kiss, honestly. So yeah, I'm excited to start another one of her series. Now we're going on to the books that completely break the bank, but I don't care because I wanted this book. First up we have A Certain Hunger by Chelsea G. Summers. Honestly, I've heard like really negative reviews on this, but the negative reviews made me want to read it. Some of the stuff they were saying, I was like, that actually sounds like weird and strange. It's gonna be a weird story. It's gonna probably gross me out a little bit because it's like about a girl who, I'm pretty sure she like eats her lovers. She eats her lovers. Which just in itself makes me feel sick, but at the same time made me intrigued to read it. Don't ask me, I don't know why. Yeah, next. This is one that I've actually had on my radar for a very long time, and I just finally bit the bullet when I saw it in the works and bought it. Hopefully I'll read it this year, and that is Godkiller by Hannah Kaner. I honestly saw the cover of this on TikTok I think last year, and I saved it to my Amazon wishlist. I was like, I need this book, like the cover is beautiful. I literally don't know anything about the story, I just love the cover so much, like it's one of my favourites that I now own. I saw it in the works, so I was like, do you know what, I'm just gonna buy it. And I did actually read the back and it does sound very, very interesting. Don't remember what I read on the back, but I remember when I read it I was like, okay, I've solidified it now, I'm gonna buy it because it sounds really good. This is a really important one to me because I feel, my friend did say, because we were talking about memoirs and she was like, have you read Matthew Perry's yet? And I was like, no. And then when I were in the airport, saw it in a deal, I was like, I'm gonna buy it because I do really want to read it. And that is Friends, Lovers and the Big Terrible Thing by Matthew Perry. I feel like now is a good time to read it. I would like to know his story and the things he was going through. I feel like I'm gonna cry a lot when I read this, just because Matthew Perry was a big positive presence in my life because of Friends. Like, he meant a lot to me as an actor. So yeah, I'm scared to read this because I know I'm probably gonna be in absolute tears, but I would like to know like his perspective on things, what he went through, and know more about him as a person, because all I know him as is Chandler Bing. Like, I feel like that's what most people know him as, and he's so much more than just the character that he plays, you know. I had to get this, like I couldn't miss out, I had to do it because I know I would really like to read this very soon. Enchanted to Meet You by Meg Cabot. Such an impulse buy. Did I need this book? Absolutely not, but I had two of the books on the 3 for 6 deal and I'm like, do you know what, I'm just going to pick this one up because it sounds really sweet, it sounds really cute. I read The XX, which was a witchy romance, so I was like, you know what, I'm going to pick up another witchy romance. I just thought, why not? You know, not much to it, I just needed to buy a third book and this was the one that I was intrigued by the most in the works that I were in. Wayward by Emily Hart. Now this is a historical fiction. I actually bought this because I am planning on doing a video where I read books out of my comfort zone, and I feel like this is going to be a really good one to put in that video. I don't know when I'm doing it, but when I saw it I was like, I might as well get it now, so I do have it for the video that I'm going to be doing, and I have heard really, really good things about this book. I'm scared because obviously it's different for me. I haven't read historical fiction before, but I think because it's not like historical fiction about war, things like that, it's more about like witchcraft and stuff, I think I have a chance of really enjoying this, hopefully. I just don't really like it, like when I think of historical fiction I just think of war books, to be honest, but I know there's so much more to historical fiction and I feel like this is one that I could potentially really enjoy. Bright Young Women by Jessica Knoll. Honestly, I just felt really, really left out because when I've watched everyone's like 23 books I loved in 2023, my best books of 2023, this was pretty much in every single one of those videos that I watched. I was like, okay, I need to read this, like I can't miss out. This one again is another really intriguing one. It is about the Ted Bundy case, but it's written in fiction, and also it's about the women. Like, if you notice, a lot of times when big serial killers like Ted Bundy, I can't think of any others off my head, people like that, like they always get the light, like they get the light shone on them, and it's never about the victims and the women that went through these horrible things. It's always about the man that did it, and this book is shedding light on those victims, which I think is just beautiful. And then also the title is incredible because it's Bright Young Women, and if you know the Ted Bundy case, the I think it was a judge in the courtroom called Ted Bundy a bright young man, when he literally just did all these visceral things to women. How can you have the audacity to call him that? So I just love this title and the meaning behind it, and I feel like this book is going to have a lot of rawness to it. Next book and last book that we have on this haul is Pet Sematary by Stephen King. Pet Sematary by Stephen King. If you can't tell by this haul, I do have a lot of books that are in my comfort zone, but I've also tried to go out of my comfort zone a little bit with a couple of them, because I do want to branch out a little bit. Again, this is a potential for the books out of my comfort zones video. I really want to get into Stephen King. I love the It movie, it's my absolute favourite movie, but I do not want to read the It book, just because it's literally 1,000 pages, and I feel like that is not the right place to start with Stephen King. I feel like that one is quite complex, so I thought I'd start with Pet Sematary because it's not too long. It's like a 400-page book. I think I will enjoy this one, and I watched a couple of videos of people recommending books to start off with, and I saw this one like quite a lot. I don't know why I decided on this one though, to be honest, because the thought of animals being hurt, just, I could see myself DNFing this if there's a lot of animal violence in it. Fingers crossed it's not too bad. I want to understand the hype around him. I know people like really respect him as an author, and he's highly known in the horror genre, so yeah, I just feel like this is going to absolutely terrify me, but we'll see. But yeah, that is all the books I have bought recently between January and February, and I think a little bit of December. I can't remember if this was in my, if I've hauled this yet. I don't think I have, but yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this video. I really need to stop buying books because it's going to get to 200 books before I know it, my TBR, but I know I'm going to read them eventually, so it's fine, it don't matter. Just, I need to stop being so careless with buying books. Like, just because I see books that I like, I don't need to buy them right then and there. Like, I can wait till I've got my TBR down, but I have no self-discipline and no self-control when it comes to book buying. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Give it a big thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.